Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Waking Up with Soop and Sugah. You guys are tuning into episode 92, I think we agreed on. And I am your host, Soopkichen. Today is April 17th, and with me today I have my my co-hosts here, and we're gonna get to the one on the file cabinet in a minute because he looks like a fucking Beetleborg. But to my left here, to my right here, I have Life on Saturn. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good.
Look at you. You're all decked out in red. It's very sexy. Very sexy.
What's up? That's what's up.
And the big bad Beetleborg over here, DJJ Gao. Look at you.
Hello.
Is that the Nightfall helmet?
No, this is let me get it right.
Yeah, get it right.
This is the Kepri's horn, but with the ornament.
Oh, well, I might have to make my Titan now. Wow, you look real good. And then
Thank you.
she looks like she belongs at this table. Look at her. She's just very elegant, very unique. It's the Warlock, Sugah Tits.
Hi, guys.
Look at that.
Hello.
There's always one in the group.
Yep.
And then, guys, we have a special guest today.
Yay.
Good friend of ours, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, first of all, we've got a lot to talk about because there's actually Destiny news. Like,
Wait, actually?
yeah, actually, like there's actual stuff, guys.
Wait.
So we've got that to talk about, and then we've also got some movie stuff to talk about.
Oh, snap.
Deadpool did this ad that was really funny.
Did you watch it, Go?
Yes.
So very hilarious. So we'll get to that. And then on top of that, our buddy Chris here has got a couple things to talk about. So so let's before we dive into video game news, I guess let's get to know Chris, okay? Because of course we know Chris. I guess the only person who doesn't know Chris and is like fresh to this experience would be Saturn. That's basically it. But for us, and I'm sorry, I'm wearing my sword. It's poking a hole through this chair. I'm sorry, guys. I'll pay for that. But for the rest of us, we've been friends with Chris for a while now, and he actually used to be a member of Exit not too long ago.
Yeah, I think me and Chris go back like 9 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
To
Yeah.
Killzone.
Yeah.
So,
The Killzone 3 days.
and now we're all part of Destiny and the Destiny community, and it's something that we enjoy for one reason or the other. Because Gao is on every single day of his life, and I for the life of me just cannot commit that much.
Loyalty, dude.
Oh, you're never gonna leave me. So, and that's why. So, Chris, why don't you tell people who you are?
Stand up.
Take a bow.
Actually, yeah, I probably need to, so I don't get kicked. So, yes, me and DJ go back 8-9 years. Always had been Axit. And then branched off to start Fear. But recently gave that up. I actually gave power over to Howling Thunder. He now running Fear. So I joined Saint 14 Project. It's a group of people who are trying to spread mental awareness and breaking the stigma of it. So I gave that up to join them. So I'm in the Saint 14 Project plan for Destiny 2. I'm also an ambassador for them now, which is just recently came to light.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we have a big charity stream coming up May 19th, and that's with the Stacked Up organization. So the stream is to raise money for mental awareness, breaking the stigma, and also to get money for Stacked Up. They focus on veterans, same idea, mental awareness and suicide prevention. So the reason I guess that led me down this road is it's a cause I truly believe in. You know, I deal with every day in myself, but with my son, which DJ knows
Yep.
Christopher, and
Yep.
so he has severe anxiety and depression. So it's good. I get a lot of education, get a lot of rewards, I get a lot of back for the work I do.
That's
So
fantastic.
that's it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's really great. I think I think what you're doing is fantastic. I'm glad that you found you found your spot. I think is what I like want to say. Everyone has a spot, and sooner or later you're gonna find it. And you found yours, which I think is great. And yeah, it's fantastic. The Same 14 project, what they got going on, just every single day, and it's something that we definitely here know and understand all too well. So
Right.
that's how a lot of our friends came to be. Want to say like bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news was someone that I came to meet through a mental health awareness stream, and then we just kind of stayed friends afterwards.
Zach.
Zach plays. So it's just it is. It's something that affects us all, and talking about it makes it better. And definitely like having different people talk about it makes it better because when you're doing all the talking, it's just it's not the same. So yeah, man, I'm really glad that you found it and that you're enjoying what you're doing, and man, I'm really looking forward to watching you blossom. No homo.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, gaming's always been about community, and especially Destiny 2, which is why I don't really understand all the negativity getting thrown at Destiny for that reason. To me, Destiny was always kind of a grind and not always the most exciting games at times, but it was the community that it brought together. And I think pound for pound, you won't find a better one on the internet.
I agree with that.
So, yeah, and like I said, I've known DJ for forever. I mean, we talk on
Forever.
the phone. We
Mhm.
know each other's kids. He's talked to my wife. To me, that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about bonding experience, coming together, having something to relieve that stress and to put the real world problems behind you.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a group like Saint 14. So, like our big thing is we have, I'm sure you're all familiar with Discord. So we have a Saint 14 Discord, which is a space that was created by the co-founders as a safe place to go to chat, to interact with other people. Numerous resources at your fingertips, and it's a zero tolerance Discord, so there's never any judgment, there's no bullying, and the people that are there are truly there to help, to get to know you.
No, that sounds fantastic.
Excuse me.
Like, no, it's great. Like,
Mhm.
to have a place where you can just hop on and just be able to express how you're feeling, or just express an issue, and
like a safety zone.
and get either possible solutions or at the very least be heard. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so
and people relate.
Yeah, and the best part of that Discord is a channel called Share Your Story. So if you're comfortable with it, or if you think you're ready, hang on one second.
Share your stories. Sounds interesting. So yeah, so if you're comfortable, you think you're ready, they have a space for you. Just come down and open your heart, let it all out. That's fucking fantastic. It's really awesome, and I commend Saint 14 for doing what they do. Like that's pretty awesome. And they're fair. I know they're fairly new because they've been around. I think I want to say like maybe the end of last year into the beginning of this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it was created.
So almost a year.
Yeah,
quite possibly.
I really don't know. That I don't know. I've only been involved with them. I'd say going back, maybe 5 months now.
Okay. So I've definitely seen them pop up a lot more. Retweet their stuff. I love the stuff that they're doing, and the charities are the big ones. I mean, that's always been my thing as well. Is like if you can sit here, it's like you not everyone around you is going to think the same. So in order to connect with someone that does think the same, that's like miles away through, whether it's party chat or Discord, is awesome. But then you take that like a step further, and to be able to help someone that's in a different state or in a different country from where you are with what you have, that's also pretty amazing.
Yeah, Discord plays a huge part. I mean, so the Saint 14 guys have done a great job. I mean, if need be, they can call in a mental professional. We're not professionals. That's the thing. We're just regular people. So we're talking to people. For me, I can offer life experience. So I'm 43. I'm older than
words of wisdom.
Yeah, I'm older than a lot of the people, per se, in the community. So I can offer. To me, you can give people resources and all that, which are fantastic. But sometimes they can relate more to an actual experience. So I think it's good for people to know that. The slogan is "You're not alone." So I think anybody who says they've never experienced anxiety isn't telling the truth. I mean, at some level, everybody has experienced it, and then.
It's true. I was a little anxious just before this show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I am, because talking about this sometimes.
No, yeah.
So it's
not
easy.
It definitely isn't. No.
But it's from the heart too.
So.
Yeah, I mean, DJ, how many times have I called you and been like, oh,
A lot. Hey, I'm here though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can call me and talk to me.
Exactly.
There you go. So guys, Chris doing some good stuff over there with the guys that.
Amen, brother.
Saint 14. We encourage you guys to go check that out, and we'll give plugs at the end of the show for all that. We'll give you guys the Twitter and the Instagram, and so you guys can check that all out. And then we'll throw out the date and time for the event that they're holding on May. What'd you say, 19th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
May
May
19th.
19th.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll
starts
guys
at 11:45 Eastern time, I believe.
11:45 Eastern. So we'll guys we'll throw you the links to that at the end of the show here in our plugs. But let's get started with the first segment of the day, because I'm excited to talk about sitting here talking with you guys about how we all used to play together and shit. It's got me a little nostalgic, and now I'm a little excited for this new expansion shit that's coming out. So let's get started with
yeah.
the first segment of the morning, which is video game news.
Oh my god! Yeah, Chris.
All right, so yeah, guys, like we said, expansion time. It's I'm a little more excited about this one than I was about the Osiris one. And there's one specific reason.
Wait. Could you say that again, please?
I'm very excited about this here expansion.
Yes.
Ask me why though, Gao.
Why?
Because they have
Great
promised
tell.
me private matches.
Yep.
And not only have they promised me private matches for May 8th, they have told me that everyone is going to be able to play on the expansion maps for expansion 1 and 2. That means if you
Very
didn't buy
cool.
the season pass, you didn't buy the DLC, you want to hop into Crucible, you can still
can.
play those maps. You don't have to get the expansion to play Crucible on those maps. That for me is
That
amazing.
is cool. Yep.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that play Destiny just for PvP. I can't tell you how many people on our clan just hop on and they're playing PvP. Like maybe they'll do a raid if they're like talked into it, but they're not really starting raids on their own.
Nope.
They
Right.
just want to go out there and they want to do some killing. So the fact that they're not going to have to stress about buying DLC in order to play maps, because that's happened to us before. Where we're like, all right, let's go do this, and then it's like, oh, fire team member doesn't have access to this,
Right.
whatever. So that kind of
Right.
bums you out a little bit. But guys, it's called the Warmind. We have an official name. We have an official date, May 8th. It's gonna be. They're promising a lot of good stuff. What do you guys think?
I can't wait. I mean, I've been hearing so many different things about this expansion, and then it's like, what's real, what's not real. Is there a new alien race coming? Is there?
That's a big one that people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the name, the Frame and Remnants, and the new subclass, called the Darkness. I mean, is this legit? I'm really hoping it is, because I mean, this is supposed to be big.
I don't think we're going to get all the answers that everyone's looking for right away. To me, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think September is going to be the huge. I think that's going to be the big deal. That's going to be the one.
Is that where our light level goes up to 500?
I don't know.
Because I've heard that too.
Yeah, 365 for this one.
So yeah, I mean,
I think it's just important they're getting more content out there.
it's
you
true. And speaking of
It is,
that,
because
September,
people are wandering away from this game, and they need to come back.
it's true.
But you know what? To be honest, as much as that bothers me, in another sense, I think the ones that stayed or are staying involved, those are the ones that were the true community. What I was saying before.
Right, because they have something else going on except for just hopping on.
To me, was never about the game ever. It was about the community. And
Yeah, it was about who was online. You're like, I guess I'll get on, because you're on.
Right. Well, I have to get up at 6 in the morning. Okay.
It's for you.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's
you
to
do.
hang out with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I can remember we in D1, we all got up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Get up
to
so
log into that.
early.
We were
Nightfall.
DLC.
Tuesday, yeah.
Oh my god, we
Yeah.
would get up so early.
That's
Yeah, and then
I was
when
pulling
it,
crusties out of my eyes for 2 hours while I was
yeah, and they would
playing
do a live
the
feed on
DLC.
Twitch on what they were bringing out. We would all get online and get in a party and be there and watch them.
Right when we would watch the live stream in the same party.
So
Yeah.
speaking of that,
Remember when? Wait a minute. Do you remember
should
when
be
they were
working.
bringing out all the new armor and all the ornaments, and they would send out the Hunter, Titan, and Warlock?
Yeah,
and
they
they
would-
would show off the
little
new.
fashion show, yeah,
That was cool.
that was
That was
fun to
cool.
watch. They're going to actually be doing a reveal stream for the expansion on the 24th.
Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday, right?
Saturday?
So let me pull up the calendar. So the 24th falls
Well,
on a Tuesday. So it'll be Tuesday of next week.
I think
Tuesday.
this Saturday, though,
Do we have
the
a
people
time?
who got invited to the summit,
Are gonna be there.
Oh yes,
and
people
they're
who got
going to
invited
allow
out to
them to
Bungie.
stream. I think DCP, Destiny Community Podcast, is going to be allowed to stream. I believe Guardian Radio is going to be able to stream.
Cool.
There was a few of them. So,
Yeah, and I'm sure people will have videos up hours after the event is over.
Yay.
right.
So
Oh, I can't wait.
So definitely we'll have stuff to talk about come next Tuesday, because it's all happening. It's all happening fairly quick, and I guess that's one thing that I'm glad for, right? Because it's like reveal stream on the 24th, and then we get to talk about all the good stuff that we saw, right, for a week, and then the week
Yep.
after that we get it, we physically get our hands on it.
2 weeks.
So like boom, right? Like it's sexy.
Yep.
And I got my season pass, so I mean
Yep.
that my system's getting put in rest mode and it's being downloaded as I sweep.
Yep. Same here. Same here.
So 3 weeks from today, it'll be out. That's crazy.
Isn't that? And that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yep.
And I'm glad I got the season pass. So
Me too. Me too.
Because I mean, otherwise, which is stupid, but
Yep.
otherwise I wouldn't have gotten private matches.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, that is true. So they are going to allow, even if you don't have the DLC, you correct me if I'm wrong, but they will be able to play some of the maps for PvP.
Correct. They'll
Yep.
be able to play. They'll be able to go into quick
with the
play.
exception of private, correct?
I do
No,
believe.
I think
I don't know if they'll
for
be
the
able to do
private.
private.
I'm thinking
No, that's what I mean.
private-
They'll be able to participate in all PvP activities except for private
except for
matches.
private matches, possibly.
Well, that doesn't make sense because if they come on and you put them into a private match, they should be able to go to where everybody else is going.
Well, that's a
You
perk
know,
for
I mean,
paying
I
the
could
money.
see, right? I could see if they just jump into Crucible and go in, that might be different. But if there's private matches and they're invited into a private match, then that just might be the way that they can get into the new maps. That would make sense to me.
I think it's going to be like, when you have somebody who, is trying to access trials but hasn't done their 2 competitives or something.
Right.
It's going to say somebody
gonna say-
does not have access to this activity. So, and I think they have to do it that way because, I mean, otherwise, how would you work the servers out? You'd have to have separate servers for just Osiris, just Vanilla, just, Warmind, all that.
Yeah, I guess
You'd have to separate it too much.
Unless they have
if-
private servers for private matches with all maps available.
Well, I think
That-
that's the way it
that-
is set up,
that-
but private
yeah.
is like trials. It's all on its own.
Yeah, we'll have to see come May 8th. Hopefully they do, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you bought the expansion or not. You get private matches, but the fact that it's specifically being highlighted as a detail for the Warmind makes me think that it comes with the Warmind specifically.
Yeah,
You know?
you might be right.
And Warmind, that's the whole Charlemagne story, right?
Hopefully, no details about the story have been come out. We've gotten all we've gotten is a picture. That's all we've gotten. One picture of the Warmind, and it kind of looks like there's Siva in the background. So this could be the return of Siva. How would you guys feel about that?
Bring it.
I'm excited for
I wouldn't.
it.
I wouldn't
If
mind
you go
learning more
online-
about that story.
I wouldn't mind to see the Siva taking a different race, except for Fallen. Like Siva infect the Hive,
The Cabal.
the Vex.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
Cabal, that'd be nasty. Holy
I think it's through Bungie, but if you go online, you can actually view it in full 1080p and 4K, and it allows you to zoom into that screenshot, and you can actually see the scope of one of the guns, one of the exotics from
Really?
D1. You can see a lot more detail into it, when you zoom in and out of it. It's kind of cool. Check it out.
And they put in that picture, they pointed out if you look to the right of the Warmind in the background, you can see the new moon. that we're going to be going to possibly.
Huh.
Not Phobos from Mars, but another moon.
Well, I mean, definitely excited about
I think
Mars.
the Dreadnought's coming for sure.
Oh, what? The return of the Dreadnought? Damn.
Well, because you can still see
Really?
it floating in the air. I think it's from
Yeah.
Titan over by one of the public
Actually,
events.
Whoa.
I've heard that we
It's
are.
still
We're going to
there.
have to go. We have to
Oh,
go
yeah,
do
tell me
something
more.
on Mars. We have to go do something on Venus. We might have to go back to the moon.
Damn, there
So,
might
I
be
mean-
5 new planets. I might get this cool set of armor. Might get new
To be
abilities.
honest, it's
Dual
some
wield.
type
Might
of
get dual
alien-
wielding.
Yeah, if some type of alien blew up Titan,
Two
I would
swords.
not miss that planet one bit. That's the one
Ah.
planet I do not like.
If they bring back the fallen Siva, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. You know, it's like, oh, the Siva are on Mars now. The fallen got away with some Siva. They've been doing some shit. They're on Mars now. They're taking over a war mine on Mars. Like
That might be it.
Oh,
You know, that might be, dude.
I don't
You
want
might
that
be-
I don't
story.
want
The
that.
King was the fallen trying to get the Siva. So, and it the your ghost. I think there's a couple different adventures on. Is it Io, where your ghost starts talking about going to the ice cap on Mars and Siva and.
Really?
I just cannot remember if it was the Fallen or if it's the Hive that expanded to Mars. I can't remember
In
what I
D1?
saw.
So the Hive expanded to the moon. Wasn't Mars turned into a
Well, that was
into
destroyed by
a
the World Eater or something, wasn't it?
was it destroyed by
Oh.
the world? No, it wasn't. I think that was Mercury that was destroyed by the world. Eater.
Comics says
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Fallen.
It's the Fallen? Fallen on Mars. I thought, what was the planet that the Vex turned into a weapon?
Well, Mercury, where we
Oh,
are
it was
now.
Mercury?
Damn, now we're on
Okay.
that D1.
Damn. So, I don't know. I mean,
So
I
originally
guess
the
Fallen.
stories, Mercury was the flowers and a blossoming planet, and they turned it into a giant computer.
The remaining House of Wolves moved to Mars.
Damn.
Yes, you were forgetting the expansions, that House of Wolves.
Those wolves.
That wolves.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. So it just really it has to do with the recycling. The recycling of enemies is definitely the first one. That might be a concern. Just because big Siva out fallen dudes, like I don't want to specifically see that again. Just because with D2, like, even though cool, we got Cabal dogs and we got maybe like a couple different types of Cabal, like we didn't really get anything new. So I guess we'll have to see. But I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting a new enemy. But for Siva to come back, like, I don't know, because
I don't know. Well,
there's just a lot of like things up in there. It's like Callus, we don't really know where Callus is. Right? He's still kind of a threat when you think about it because he's still alive. We're still exploring his ship. And then if Siva is still open, that would be a second enemy that's just kind of unsolved up in the air. And then we have the question of who did we wake at the end of Destiny 2 when we sent out the light? Who's riding around those pyramid ships? Because that's another open canister, right? Eris, where is Eris, and what's going to happen with the Hive? That's another like open door. So I just I don't want Siva to come back and create another open door. For me, Siva is done, and that kind of feels good.
You know what? To me, the way I look at it, I think they're stuck in a bad spot, and I think Activision's behind it. So I think that's why they're pushing it out the way they are. And why I think September is going to be so big. Because they needed that time. I mean, when you look at Destiny 2, they scrapped the whole thing after, 16 months? And had to start over and only had another 18 months to get it out. So, I don't know. I don't know how much you'll actually see in this one, because I don't believe they've had the time to create
What do you think?
No.
Did they pull it back because of all the feedback and negativity they were getting on this? And,
I just
and
think
how
that with
the D1 was such the great thing, and then D2's been such a disappointment for so many people that what they were going to bring out was going to be like the old D2, and they were thinking maybe we should pull this back and maybe we should give more of what they want because we are losing numbers of people. Maybe we need to
I
go
think
back to
yeah,
what we
I
did
think
in the
they're
first
more
place to bring them back.
yeah, they're more focused on the grind and to keep people engaged right now. So I think the content is almost
Yeah,
secondary.
they're definitely. I feel like I'm not saying that they weren't planning on this, but they might have pushed this a little sooner than what they wanted, just because they're definitely trying to keep us around.
The best
Yeah, I
resource
think
is
so.
that TWAB in the roadmap. So if you pull that up, I
Yeah,
mean, they're being
and-
as transparent as possible.
they
and-
definitely are. So
Right? Like, I feel like certain things would have been a little, like...
So that's a perfect segue. Let's talk about this roadmap, okay? Because so on May 8th, in addition to the private matches and the good old Warmind story that we're getting, we also might be getting strikes. New Crucible maps is a given. We're finally getting that multi-emote, so we can assign an emote to a directional pad and emote our hearts out. We're getting seasonal vendor progression. Do you guys remember how you used to have this little diamond on your screen when you went to your character settings, and it would tell you where you were like ranked up like 54 times with like Crucible or Vanguard 108 times, depending on what you did. You like ranked up, and it showed before
Your reputation.
your reputation.
Yeah,
so
for
that's
your
coming
faction.
back.
Yeah.
Exotic weapons
The-
they're getting sandbox changes, of course. Heroic struck modifiers are being changed. Now when you do damage to an enemy with the type of armor that they have, be it arc to arc, void to void, you do more damage. If you were to do, for example, arc to void, you would do 10% less damage. So they're bringing things like what's it called? Match game. There you go. So you have to match that now during the Nightfalls.
Right.
It's same thing with your level also.
Same thing.
You're going
So
to
of
come
course,
across enemies that are going to be immune.
correct, because hopefully I don't know how much right now the level cap is what 335.
Yep.
What are we thinking for new level cap?
365. That's everything I'm hearing.
365. That sounds reasonable.
I think it's going to be a 30-point increase from this point on every time.
And then we also hit level
I think
25
it's,
right now. We'll be able to hit level 30.
No, so it's...
Because level-wise, I think we went up 5 last expansion, right?
Well, I think they're saying now, too, you'll be able to, like, display that you're level 50. So the more you put into it, it's a show of power.
Really?
That's how they put it. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I don't know if it's... It sounds like it's still going to have a cap, but I think it's going to be set at 50.
Okay.
And you can masterwork your exotics, right?
Yes, Masterwork Exotics.
There is... there's talk about all that.
That's going to be heavy. And then, guys, increased vault space.
Yay!
Yeah, that's
We
right.
all know who knows that.
And then not only that, specific slots for your exotics have a space. They don't have to go into your vault anymore.
Yeah, like exotic, like the way that like
Oh,
they
like
already
a
yes.
new vendor or a kiosk?
Kind of,
it'll have
but
its
it'll
own
be
page
its
in the
own
vault.
tab in the vault.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know how you have those
Okay.
tabs where you can pull out your emblems and such?
Yeah.
It looks like they're just going to keep adding tabs to the vault. So that's cool. You get an exotic tab.
They
Correct,
should
like,
bring
so
back
instead
the
of-
kiosks.
I agree with you, Gal. I think that they should have like either the kiosks around. Like I liked, but I understand that it was frustrating going to like a different, like you had to run all the way to the left and to the right just to pull out a shader instead of like running to the vault. But I agree with the concept of like there should be a tab for my shaders, there should be a tab for my ships, there should be a tab
My
for my
ghosts.
sparrows, for my
Ghosts.
ghosts. Like it should all like we have the ability to be able to organize better.
Yeah.
And
I
DJ,
totally
if you want to work on what your hoarding problem, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that later.
agree. Well, I've learned not to double anything, so and I do know that I can get
Oh,
rid
look
of
at
an
all the
exotic
people who
anytime I
dismantle
want.
pulse rifles right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kicking themselves
but
in the...
like
It's true.
I like how they have in the vault. There's the collection where every exotic that you've gotten for, let's say I'm a Titan, I go in my vault. It just shows me all the stuff, all my armor that I've gotten for my Titan exotic, and then the weapons that I have. So if I needed vault space, I could delete exotics, and then if I wanted it back, I could just go in there
And pull it again.
repurchase it, and
But
then I'd have to,
but they're
infuse
not
it
at
back up
the.
again.
You'd have to infuse them.
Yeah,
They're
you would
like at a standard light level.
But that's
Right, but
kind of
the
easy
option's
though.
there
How
that I
many
use
not
like?
it.
always, because sometimes I'm searching for like. It'd be one thing if I could use any weapon, but they're making it so that I have to have like a specific pulse rifle. So now I'm sitting out here going to do strikes and grinding for a blue engram in order to infuse. It would be nice to just be able to pull it.
But you got that vault space
Yeah,
now.
but
so-
that's
I do have that vault space now,
I
so
mean-
this
So you can
argument,
keep all
I'm
those,
whining
like,
about,
all those 335s
I'm
to
dismantling
infuse
blues,
ready.
so, yeah, I'm dismantling a lot of blues all the time that I play, and
You
I
play
mean, with our
but
light
you're
level that
playing
we're
more
at
than
now,
I
how many
am.
330s do you
Gotta
get
get on the
dropped? in
See, but
blue?
I'm
And the
not
only thing
playing.
is,
I don't
Sugar,
have that stuff. I'm not playing.
That's
I'm
kind of the
not playing.
complaint, though, that they've been getting since the beginning, is that D2 came out and it was instant gratification. So everything you get, it's already open.
I don't know about
Your
ins.
weapon is-
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Very
weapons
little
were all-
grind
yeah.
to it. Before, you used to get
You
a
know what I
weapon and
miss?
you couldn't even use it for 3 days because you had to scrounge up 9 million
Right.
helium.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and they're calling
Yeah,
rolls now,
yeah.
so that's something that also ate up time.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah, but you know what I miss? Searching for ghosts, searching for Siva
I don't
clusters.
miss that. I know
classified
you.
threats. You know,
If I could have
mean,
the
that was
9
fun.
million hours back in my life that I followed you around. And, we're gonna miss
what?
something.
You didn't like
Go
collecting spin metal for your sword? Relic
No,
iron?
not really the elements that you needed, but just the fun of ghost hunting or Siva cluster hunting. I mean, that was fun.
Yeah.
I miss doing that.
You want to know what was also really fun? Being able to change my shaders without having to pay for it, and that shader doesn't disappear after I use it up X amount of time.
All right, just give up, Shug. They're not
I
going
don't
to change
mind it
the
being
shade
a
system back.
consumable,
Go back
but
to-
the dismantling them one at a time,
That sucks.
Absolutely
There needs to be an
drives
all
me
button.
crazy.
They should give you the option: dismantle one or all.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah,
build
'cause-
this entire video game, but can't put in a calculator so that it can figure out if you dismantle 200 of them in one shot what you
That
get.
maybe you
for
don't
it,
want
you
that
know?
shade. You don't want that
Yeah,
shader.
yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I've got shaders 200, 300. I'm not
Yeah,
sitting
but
sit
you
there
know,
and keep
I
them
know
down
to get
square.
rid of
I
them.
but
want to
there's
get rid of
stuff
them
attached
all.
to 'em, though,
Select
There's
all,
legendary
delete.
shards. There's legendary shards attached to some of them. There's the bright dust attached to some of them.
And that's
then
cool.
there's regular-
That's something
where the
that should be
problem
able.
is.
Yeah, they
That's
should
where
be
the
able to
problem
just
is.
delete them all. Give me my rewards.
Yeah.
And boom.
It should just give you a prompt and say, if you delete this entire box or whatever, are you okay with losing all rewards? I'd be happy with it. I don't care. I just want them gone, but I don't want to spend the hour.
Holding out square.
Hitting the
Hour and a
button.
half.
'cause it's
I
hold
have to
square.
put something on
Hold
Netflix and just
square.
sit here like,
Square.
all right, okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, no,
Nothing.
That got old quick.
So people sending me messages. Let's raid. I can't. I'm deleting shaders all night. That's what I'm doing nowadays.
what are you doing with your night?
Watching
Shader
Netflix on
life
one
is
screen
real.
and deleting shit on my other.
Come on, give me a break, man. It's Shader Saturday. Give
It's
me a break.
Shader Saturday, guys. Sorry.
You're funny.
I mean, yeah, because if you're only getting Glimmer, even if it's 200 of them, what are you getting for it?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes there's bright
1,000
dust
Glimmer, you can go
attached
get
to it,
one
know.
chest and do the same thing. It's
Right.
just, it's just...
They should total it up. There should be the total of what's in there. They should be able to say, okay, I got 10 in there. Boom. It totals out to what you would get normally.
Well,
Boom.
like the
Or just
option
make
of
all shaders a different element and all the same element, and then you can use that to buy.
well,
different
shit.
shaders
It's
or
like
something.
square to delete, X to delete all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something
But
simple.
I do enjoy them being consumable, because I'll even go in and do just the first part of the raid, just so I can get that first chest, so I can get more Callus shaders.
I see.
So it gives me something to do, or go to a different area, or do
Right.
a certain activity, because I know I'm going to get the shader I want.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I do try to collect as much bright dust as I can because I'd like to purchase some of the things that they come out with, you know, an exotic ship or ghost or.
That's true.
I just bought the helmet I needed. I got my last piece for that, so.
I don't even pay
Yeah, I
attention
have all-
to that
you
stuff.
know.
But 308 bright dust. So let's finish talking about like the last of this roadmap here, because they gave us vague details about summer. They said a new seasonal event, which, do you guys remember getting a seasonal event in D1
In summer?
Summer? I don't remember
No,
anything.
it's always been
around
Crimson.
Did
it's been
Shax ever, like,
Halloween,
or something?
Volleyball?
It's
Was that ever a
been-
thing?
It's been.
I think it's going to be
Christmas.
sparrow racing.
Oh.
That's my-
You think
I
they're
think
going to bring
this
us
summer,
sparrow
probably
races?
around-
Summer instead of winter?
Yeah, because
I
it
think,
Because they
Uh,
didn't do it with the
yeah.
dawning
I think
this year.
No, they didn't.
So you think they're going to make it its own event separate of the dawning?
They had also mentioned
That's my
during
guess.
sparrow racing that they would also have the choice of everybody's running sparrows or everybody's running pikes or everybody's running those interceptors. They were going to make that available, and they never
Is
did.
that what they told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that being balanced out. Like, I think they're definitely, I don't know, they'd have to throw in new pikes. You wouldn't just be able to use the pike that is right now in Destiny. They would have to throw one in where it goes a little faster and it doesn't shoot.
Well, there is two. There's two pikes in D2.
Okay.
There's one adventure that you can play, and it gives you it's called like a super pike or something.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
huge
and
one.
one shoots the gun and one shoots missiles
Yeah.
or bombs or whatever.
right,
Yeah,
little-
so they're
So it's something where they would have to edit it down to where it doesn't shoot and it goes faster, because a sparrow will beat a pike any day of the week. And now when we're talking
Right.
about racing sparrows, where sometimes they get a speed boost, and on top of that they have better handling as far as making those turns and jumps, like how are you going to compete with how's this, a pike going to compete with a sparrow, like in those
Well, they
turns?
would have their separate courses. You know, it would be all pikes. It would be all interceptors. They would have separate courses, and that would be okay if they left the weapons on.
I guess that'd just makes it so
like,
where
Twisted Metal.
for me that just makes it to where you're just sitting there and you're hoping that everyone's playing Interceptor tonight because you want to play Interceptor, and that there aren't more people playing Pike, because otherwise you're just sitting there at Interceptor with 6 out of 8 available.
Well, nobody's talking about it, but I think they're missing a golden opportunity with what they did with those tanks. Can you imagine a tank battle?
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Crucible, you could go in with those tanks.
Yes.
They do,
Dude,
and
that'd be great.
they have plenty of like
That's
Mario
a golden
Kart
opportunity
potential.
that nobody has said anything about it. Those
It's-
Or you
tanks,
remember
super fun.
Mortal Kombat kart racing? Why don't they do Destiny kart racing?
Oh my god, yeah, little shacks with a big head, just fucking.
Yeah.
That's like a separate
little
game.
Shacks and little cake,
Don't
but
give
that would be
Activision
such
any
a
more
great
ideas.
game.
We're already.
Oh my
I already have the
God.
Destiny watch
Seriously,
and the Destiny things.
We could pick
I don't need.
Zavala
No.
and Ares, and they would all have their own little cars. Saturn, you need to draw those all up. They would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be so
That'd
fun.
be
It's like,
great.
whatever,
That'd be
yeah.
great.
That's no.
Just
that's
a little
too
mode
much.
that they add into the game where you can go and
You
Like
just
a
pay.
side game.
Yeah, where you can just pay
Guardian
$20
card.
and get your little side game. Agreed. Why not?
Guardian
Yeah.
cards.
So, guys, let's finish up here real quick. So on top of all that good stuff, PC is getting clan chat, which kind of sucks. But they're also saying new bounties, faction rally improvements, exotic armor changes, and then towards September, here's the big one. Okay, guys, gear collections. Okay, collections. Which I wonder if they're just going to change the gear sets from that point forward. And if you have the old gear sets, cool. And if you don't, too bad. But they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. I'd love it if they did that, but they're never going to do that. Records, which for me means books, right? Like Moments of Triumph type shit.
Oh yeah.
That's what that means for me. It just says records, but for me, that's what that means. Weapon slot changes. What do we think that means?
Weapon slot changes.
Like,
okay.
heavies are no longer going to be heavies? Power ammo, like, what's going to happen?
Weapon slot. Like, you're...
like
maybe
switch
they're going
the fusion rifle back to energy and shotgun back to energy, and then maybe snipe.
Possibly.
Something like that.
Or are you going to be able to switch things that are
Finally have
your heavy slot?
Right, now you can have
assign...
a sniper rifle now in your power ammo, or not your power ammo, your secondary.
Exactly, because they switched it on us. What happens if you're someone that you're like, I want a rocket launcher, I want a sniper rifle, and I want a fusion. Boom, boom, boom. Those are the three. And those are all in your power slots, but maybe it'll be something that you, like, are allowed to do that. Maybe they'll have a buff where if you put it somewhere else, like, it'll only be, it'll be limited on ammo, or it'll be limited on something, but that could be fun.
Yeah, because I used to run fusion rifle all the time when it was special.
When it was a
But now
special.
that it's power,
You don't run it as much?
No, not at all.
I
don't
run it
use
in
a fusion rifle
Crucible.
anymore.
I run it in Crucible all the time. I use rocket launchers and like snipers when we're doing like boss stuff. I do sword and fusion.
I do rocket launchers.
You do rocket launchers.
Swords and rocket launchers. That's it.
I got you.
That's all I use for power.
Love my sword,
Yeah.
sneaking up on people, just...
Yeah, I know. I've been on the end of that many a time.
That's what she said.
Here's
Well,
another
I
thing.
think, I have a feeling the slots might be kind of like what the heroic modifiers used to be. So it, like small arms, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Where all of a
Okay.
sudden, like this weapon
They're being
is
very
slot.
vague, and I think it's because
They
they're not
are,
exactly,
'cause-
and I think that's part of the whole summer thing, you know.
Well, I
So-
think they're also doing it to create conversation amongst us
Because this stuff
we
isn't
haven't
until
been
September, so...
Yeah, and because we haven't been talking about Destiny 2 in general as much, there are, look at us on this show, like, we talk about Destiny for a little while, but more other video game news takes up this time, where now they're, with being so vague, but with still giving us context and excitement, like, it's giving us something to chew on now, and we're all going to chew on it for a really long time, because we don't have an exact answer.
It's definitely true. And
Savor
then
the flavor.
the last one that they give us here that is very exciting for me, and I'm upset that they're waiting till September to do it, is weapon randomization. So, different roles for different guns when they get dropped.
Oh, like the gunsmith? What they would take it to a gunsmith and he used to roll it like that?
No,
just
more
in a
like...
drop.
Remember, you used to
one
look
drop,
for
you
the
get this,
Imago
and
loop
then
with,
same
like,
gun, it's
Firefly
different.
and
Yeah.
you perfect rolls.
Where now they're all the
now,
same.
They're back.
The
We're now...
God roll.
The God roll is back. Well, it will be back
Yeah.
come
In
September. So, this only... I guess maybe when you get down to it, maybe by the end of September, we will have what it took 3 years for Destiny 1 to achieve.
It'll only take 2 years?
It only take two sad. It'll only take a year, no? Oh, this because
Did Destiny 2 come out in
still don't
September?
think
Yeah,
it'll
Destiny
be-
2 came out in
I still
September.
don't think we'll
So it'll only
quite
take
be...
a year.
if it takes a year to accomplish what they accomplished for D1 in 3 years,
Then that
great.
is a good-
That gives me 2 years of new shit, and that's great.
Yep.
But
Yep.
please,
I still think that the problem lies in Activision and they're getting pushed. So I almost think you're going to see D3 before you get to that level. I don't know if September will be...
so then I might as well just go
I
back to
don't know.
D1, because D1 had it all. Like, I might as well
To
delete
me,
all my...
Activision is the demon in this
Is
whole...
the demon in the body.
Yeah, you know.
Bungie's this sweet 18-year-old girl, and then
They're
Activision
getting
is
pushed
Satan.
around.
No, thank God.
I really do. I really believe that, you know.
Crawling on the walls, $20 more. So, May 8th. Head turning
and
around,
I
you
think
can
if all
private
that didn't go
matches.
down with EA, and then Activision didn't take the hit in Call of Duty, I don't think we'd be where we're at either. I think all that helped pave the way.
It
of
definitely did.
them
But
allowing Bungie to be more transparent. There's
Hey.
got to be a reason that they went from no communication to a massive...
amount of
Campaign
maybe
of
maybe
communication.
I mean maybe they just saw what they were doing wrong. I don't know what they're doing over there. Could very possibly be Activision. But I don't know, we'll see. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, that might boost numbers, probably not. And then, of course, they promised, and more to come, more yet to be revealed. So, I really want strike-specific loot back, and
Yep.
I think that'll be it. I think I'll have everything I had in D1. It's cool if you don't change the shader system back to what it was. Shug would appreciate it. But besides that, like, I think we'll be good. So it's cool. I feel like Destiny 1 will be, or Destiny 2 will be really fun come September, especially with the record books, because I'll be wanting to do shit in order to fill out the pages in the books.
A goal to look forward to, you know, to try
Correct,
to achieve.
which is all I yearn for.
Yep. Yep, the book was great, man. You know, 25 strikes, you know.
Right? Like, I still feel a sadness in my soul that I didn't, like, 100... Even though I completed and got all the albums, and I got the official 100, I didn't get the real...
I didn't finish the whole book.
I didn't finish the whole book, and I, like, feel it in my soul.
I wasn't able to go to the lighthouse and go flawless and all that stuff in D1. I still got my Holy Age of Triumph shirt.
Well, you know what, and that's one thing with D2 I seriously appreciate, because I did never make it to the lighthouse, but now if you just win one match, at least you get to go to the Spire.
Right, you get to go to the Spire.
Yes.
Yep.
You may not get to go all the way to the top, but you at least get to see it.
And thank God for the clan reward system that you get the rewards from trials.
Yes,
from I don't even care about the gear. To me, like, the lighthouse was the closest thing I couldn't get to, and so I never got to see it. That was an actual part of the game I never got to see.
That was the only thing I thought was so racist about that game. They wouldn't let me go to the lighthouse.
Me and you. They're always trying to hold the good men down, you know?
That's it.
That's
it.
So Saturn wants Destiny 3 to be called Destiny 3D?
Yeah.
VR? The VR experience?
VR, yeah.
Yeah, like I was just saying...
D3 and 3D. That's a good commercial, though.
I wonder what, like, triple jumps and flying would be like, honestly.
People, there'd be a lot of puking going on.
Could you...
Literally, you just took the words out of my mouth.
So, you guys remember Atheon, the jumping maze where you, like, had to time it, or that would disappear? That in VR.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
You guys had extreme patience with me. There's no secret I could not jump.
The jumping.
Nor can I jump in D2.
It was fun, though, just watching people like, no, you missed that ledge. That was a ledge.
Yeah. And you would get
I think the first time we went through that jumping puzzle, would you finish a 6-pack, Soup? Waiting for me to get from one side to the other, I think?
No, like you would get so
they're gonna just leave me behind. I know they are.
But we would never leave you behind. We would all just sit there and we would wait, and you'd be like, "I'm so sorry, guys."
Break time. Start making a sandwich.
Like,
I would go cook.
All right.
And again, you know, I don't mean to keep beating the same horse, but that's to me why it was always about community. Those events and people helping each other. And
it's a bonding family thing. I love it.
People generally wanting to help you get through something or moving forward. So I think a lot of the negativity are coming from all the people that came in at the end of D1.
Hyped for D2. I know what you mean.
Because they got the best version of it very quickly, and then D2 hit, and then all of a sudden, you know, it just was different. But they weren't used to the process.
There were so many new people that came in right at the very end, like when Wrath of Machine was like, you know what I mean? And they got the best version of it. They got to play private matches, like they got, like, all, you know, everything was...
Yeah, and they were giving it away at that point. I mean, it was...
It was cheap. It was real cheap. Yeah, it was. You could get, like, the entire collection for, like, $30-40. That was 3 years of Destiny.
Scarab also not going to Lighthouse. I think a lot of us didn't go to Lighthouse. I definitely didn't go to Lighthouse. Shug didn't go to Lighthouse. Saturn had no idea what the Lighthouse was.
What's the Lighthouse?
Yeah, you said, hey, Saturn, you got to try to get to the Lighthouse. And he goes, I was just in Maine. I never went there. Shit.
I don't have a boat, guys.
I don't have a boat. Need a boy.
Yeah, like the closest I,
think,
came to
chat
Lighthouse
wants you to
was
interact.
8.
8. Oh, I remember. You were like
8,
one away. You were
one away.
Who was carrying you? Wasn't it?
Carry is a strong word. I think it was a group effort.
It was a group effort because they weren't able to carry you all the way through. But who were you with? You were with what's his face?
I was with Swolly by and Jason.
We had
Jason.
Legend. Legend went to the lighthouse all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Good man.
All the time, Legend.
Not enough time for Soop, apparently. But yeah, no, it was nice.
Yep.
Like the experience, it was intense. Definitely, I think more intense than it is right now.
So
It is
what
what-
we're
it is- you're
basically
right.
saying
It
is that
was
we hope
serious.
that feeling comes back.
Yeah, definitely.
It was serious though. Like, you tried hard.
All right, guys, we've talked about Destiny quite enough. I think it's time to move on to the rest of.
You mean we talked about Destiny the way we used to?
You mean we've talked about Destiny for like
Yep.
40 minutes now.
Yay.
So it's
Yay.
time
Sorry,
to
but
Gal's
that's all I
excited.
do, so.
quickly graze over everything else that we have to talk about.
Yeah, like what's happening this Friday.
Yes.
Are you? Did you get the pre-order? Are you getting the book? Just tell me you're getting the book. You know about it?
I'm getting everything, dude.
I'm getting everything.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
getting the underwear. I'm getting the socks.
I'm getting the statue. I'm getting everything.
He's getting those axes too.
it's
2
a
of them.
Big art book.
Yo, I
correct?
saw 2 of the God of War
Yep.
3 action figures in GameStop. Holy shit, dude. They look
Yeah.
so cool.
They do look pretty fucking
I know.
sweet.
Speaking
They're
of
huge.
Of art, also, you have an unbelievable artist in your chat right now, Soop. Comics.
Uncomics?
You can find him
Uncomics?
on Twitter,
Oh,
and you guys would really dig his stuff, man. He's
okay.
he's a real deal.
Nice. All
And the
right,
boy's
check it out.
hooking me up with some stuff. So
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Well, then I'm excited to see that artwork. Make sure to show us as soon as it's done.
Yep.
yeah, that's
So,
his handle
long
right there.
story
on
short, God of War coming out this Friday.
Yeah, it's coming out this
Cannot-
Friday, and
Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Twitter.
So
And then we'll never see you again.
Oh, no, you'll see me in the afternoons because I'm gonna do it in the morning.
yeah, he's gonna do it in the mornings, and then okay. So this is where we're really good friends, and we're gonna time our shit, Gao, so that when you're not playing, I'll be able to you'll be able to share play, and I can play. So while you're doing dishes and cooking, and having dinner with Trish.
You'll have to show me how to do it.
So, all right, sounds
Oh,
good. I'll find a
God, you're
YouTube video
still so
and send it to you. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey.
I teach him through YouTube. That's how it is. If I could set up a camera on his end so I can see what he's doing,
What'd
and then
you
one
say?
on my end so I can show him what I'm doing, it would be perfect. But YouTube is second best. So
But you are
It works.
not allowed to pass me. I will shut that shit down in a second.
it's like off. So
You'd be
Kyle,
like,
we can
"Oh,
see
my
you."
God." Disconnected.
Kyle, we see
Oh.
what you're putting down on the
Is that Kyle
Twitch.
in
It's
the
Kyle.
chat?
Yeah, that's Scarab Kyle.
it's Scarab.
And
Well,
Uncomics,
why
can
did you
you
get that
throw your
name?
Twitter handle onto the chat?
Please and thank you guys. So yeah, so it's
I?
God of
Hello,
War.
Kyle.
God of War coming out, and
Comics, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely want to because I've been seeing a lot more of that. They had, I don't know if you guys saw this. There was an ad where the I forget his name, the cop from Stranger Things was playing it.
What was
The
that?
Oh, I
cop
never
from
saw
the
that.
dude. Oh, yeah.
The guy who's playing Hellboy in the new Hellboy.
Is the
Yeah.
cop from Stranger
The cop, the sheriff from Stranger
The
Things.
sheriff, yep. The main.
Okay.
In what?
Yeah.
He's the new Hellboy?
He's the new Hellboy.
He's the new Hellboy, and they also showed him. They
Like a
also
kick to orbit.
they also
David
showed him David Harbour. They also showed him playing God of War. So he was having fun. They gave him God of War, and he was having fun playing it. So I mean that made me want to play it. Like originally I wasn't like I was like oh, okay, but this definitely like.
Whoa.
So it looked because when he was playing, it looked pretty cool, and the way he was like really getting into it, I was like, "That's awesome."
Dude,
so
it looks so good.
it does look cool, and you guys are getting all your pre-ordered goodies, which is cool. Your skins,
Yep.
your shields, your add-ons.
Yep.
That's fucking fantastic. So definitely
Can't
take
wait.
snaps of those statues. I want to see what that's like. But yeah, I can't wait. So definitely share play that with me, Gao, because I want to experience the God of War goodiness and maybe be able to stream it.
Have you done any of the God of War games?
Yeah, I did God of War
Okay.
1 and 2 back on the PS2.
Okay.
I haven't done 3.
Oh,
I did,
Until you
what was
do
it?
3.
Chains of
Until you do
Olympus?
3. Chains of Olympus.
It
Yep, there
seems
was
like
the
they changed the
Ghost of
mechanics
Sparta.
enough, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghost of Sparta was really good. I'm so glad they took it off the PSP and put it on PS3 in a double disc with Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta was on one disc. And man, that game was so good.
I'm gonna have to find
So
that.
good. I think it's one of my faves. You know, I did like God of War 1 and stuff, but for some reason, Ghost of Sparta really stuck with me. That was a really good game.
So God of War coming out on the 20th, and God,
Yep.
it's like 3 days away. It's Friday.
Yeah, actually, GameStop's doing the Thursday release.
Are you doing the
And they
Thursday
might
night?
even do it. Oh, yeah, but they might even do it early at 9 o'clock for
Thank
us
you,
old
Conan.
fogies. So, we'll see. It's either going to be at 9 o'clock or it's going to be at midnight. Either way, they're doing a release. You know, and the last time they did a release like that, they had ordered pizza for everybody. And they
Yeah,
had
your
contests.
GameStop
I
is the
want a
shit.
pizza party.
I want a GameStop that throws me a pizza
Exactly.
party.
Exactly. I used to
Mine's
try to do
usually
this.
like we don't
I
have
can't
the
even
copy
get
to
the
the
guy
game
to
we
remember my
pre-ordered.
name.
Jesus.
Yeah, it sucks when you go
Christ.
into a GameStop and you got to get frisked before you can come in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. Thursday night, I'm there.
Well, I mean, that was your life for a long time, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, DJJ Gao, say no more.
Yeah.
DJJ Gal.
the graphics look unbelievably
Oh, I just can't wait. And I think it's really cool that the Blades of Olympus are gone, and it's like a whole new thing. You know, I hope they show how he got him off, because that's going to be gross.
So
Yeah, I didn't play enough to know the whole story, but
Yeah.
So definitely God of War
looking at.
3 days. We also got a Kingdom Hearts trailer, guys, which showed us a mini game that's going to be happening. So
I got kicked to orbit, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Just
If I can get back.
make it back if you can.
Make it back to us.
So that showed us a little mini game that they're going to be doing, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. I actually got excited the first minute I saw it. I thought it was going to be a level. It was really. Do you guys remember like Game and Watch for the old Nintendo?
Oh,
Mr. Game and Watch? No.
No.
Oh man, that was some of the best video gaming back in the day. So it just really reminded me a lot of that, and I got real excited for it. So it's something that they keep giving me more and more stuff about Kingdom Hearts 3, but they're not giving me Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. So I don't know what to think. You know, I've been dating this girl forever. When is she gonna let me in? Pokemon, guys, is getting two free Pokemon come the 22nd through the 29th. You're getting Entei and you're getting Raikou, 4 Pokemon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The only bummer about it is you got to go to Target to get these codes. So, unfortunately, it's going to be one of those things where your Target might not have them because they're not doing the promotion. Your Target might not have them because they've been given out already. Or your Target might not have them because the guy simply doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Now, question:
Go ahead.
Answer.
Can you go on Target website?
I don't think so.
Get 'em?
Because no, I don't think so. Because this is like a free thing that Target is handing out. I think you physically have to go to the store.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could like maybe find the store that is doing it and then go to their website.
It would be
and
great
you'd
if
be
it
able
was
to
that
access
easy.
it.
Gal, you're a genius.
It would be.
It would be, but unfortunately, it really isn't.
I'm here all week.
And guys, Wildlands. Chris, I know you're on Wildlands. I was on yesterday
yeah,
for a little
I
bit.
haven't touched it in a while.
So
Actually, last time I played, we did Predator.
we did the Predator. So this time around, we got Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell.
Ah,
He's in Bolivia, and he's got a mission for us. And I hopped on yesterday, and I hopped on just to play. I didn't hop on for the Sam Fisher mission. Say that 5 times fast. And then as I like hopped in the game, it like he like started talking to me through the intercoms and started explaining the mission to me. And I didn't do it just because the time that I had, I knew I only had like 30 minutes before Sugah got home, and I didn't want to get into this and possibly have it be like a thing that's like an hour long. Because I know hunting down that fucking predator was like an hour of our lives.
yeah. That was not easy.
It was not easy, but it was definitely fun and worth it. Like, once we got him down,
yeah.
the sense of accomplishment, and it made sense, I guess, because he was a fucking alien, an alien
Right.
warrior from another planet, where you're
They
just
did a
like,
fantastic job with that. If they can keep rolling little things out with that game, I mean, it is a good game, but it does get monotonous.
it does.
It needs little tweaks like that constantly to keep it on the edge, I think.
Yeah. And
You and Beach.
Maybe
had a
next time they'll
blast
put in a
doing
little
that.
thing like Crystal Lake, and you got to go get Jason.
that would be cool. But yeah, I don't know where they're getting their properties from, for what reason, but I'm like, I don't know how they got Predator, but
Right.
But
Cool.
they got it.
I mean,
Mega Man.
Sam Fisher, like, I understand that's Tom Clancy, another Tom Clancy game. But no fucking idea where they got the Predator from.
Predator, Mega Man.
So
I
Wow.
think that, you know what my theory is on that one? Because there is a rumor brewing that they're going to come out with a remade version of the first Predator.
Remade.
Yeah. So maybe that's...
What do you,
It
what
was
do you
the
mean, like?
perfect fit for a Predator. I mean, it was like being in the
it
movie.
was, yeah, it was, because you were already in the Bolivian jungle, like fucking fighting cocaine. Now for like a Predator to just come out of nowhere, it's exactly what the movies are. It's like the movies were never really based around the Predator. Like, the movies were based around a conflict, and the Predator just happened to be there. And of
So
course,
when
I'm
you
talking
say-
about 1 and 2.
He's drawn to
Like-
conflict.
Like remade, what does that mean? Does that mean like they're remaking the first Predator movie, or they're just digitally enhancing it?
No, I
probably like
think
a full-out
from
remake,
what I
Rich.
understand, they're making a new Predator movie, and I don't know if they're remaking the first one or before the first one.
Oh man, I really wish they'd use technology and advanced CGI to go back and make amazing movies, like even better with graphics. You know?
Oh, you mean
like what
George
they did with
Lucas
Star
that
Wars.
shit?
Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
gonna go back and we're gonna add shit to it and then make you buy it again.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
That's cool. That's cool. That's like if Lid like moved out, worked out, and then you had to start dating her again and then get married.
Yeah.
That's the remake. She got better graphics. So she's 4K now. So guys, yeah, that'll do it. I mean, that Wildlands though, like that's cool. I really want to dive into that Sam Fisher, and it really did seem like a stealth mission, because you were there, and you like couldn't kill anyone. You like had to wait
Well,
for
I don't
Sam
see why
Fisher's
they wouldn't
command.
do any differently, because that's what he was all about, was stealth.
And that's what I'm saying.
So,
but like, you know, Wildlands is one of those games where sometimes stealth goes out the window. You know, when you're dropping a helicopter on people, because you've just parachuted out of it. So I think that'll do it for video game news, guys. And let's cover real quick our Saturn's favorite segment, because I want to talk about some censorship stuff that's going on. So take us away, Saturn, with the next segment of the morning.
Cinemadness.
So the censorship that I wanted to talk about, guys, was, I don't know if you guys knew this, but certain parts of Infinity War are being censored out in different countries.
So that critics and stuff can't like destroy it before
No,
people
so
see it, right?
No. That was the previewing. Now we're talking about like the actual release,
Actual censorship.
actual censorship overseas.
What?
Yeah, like
Why?
certain scenes are being cut shorter. Because even though, and the Russos were a little upset about it and surprised because even though it's a PG-13 movie, like for example, there's a scene where Ebony Maw is torturing Doctor Strange. So that's one of those scenes that most likely got cut down. Same when like the Vision is getting the gem ripped out of his skull. So there's a couple things apparently, in the film that even though it's a PG-13 film, like they go pretty hard. And
It's gonna be great.
it looks like the total time taken out was 7 minutes. And it looks like we have a quote here from the Russos, from Joe Russo specifically saying, "I can't imagine what 7 minutes they would want to cut out of the movie. If the first we're hearing of it, it's the first we're hearing of it, so we're a little taken aback. But yes, of course, as an artist, you don't want anybody censoring anything or taking anything out of the film. This is a PG-13 movie. It's not like it's some radical piece of content, so I am a little shocked." So 7 minutes, and it's a 2.5 hour movie. So it's not like they took out one or two scenes that equal up to 7 minutes. It's just that certain scenes, they made them shorter, and that equivalates to 7 minutes of full screen time. It's not anything that we have to worry about here in the U.S.
Because we don't get censorship the same way.
in America. But yeah, that kind of sucks.
I'd be pissed if I was the audience across seas. I'll tell you, I'd be super pissed.
Right? There's like stuff that you're not getting.
But I mean, this happens to them a lot in a lot of situations. Living in countries where a lot of things are banned. So very, very frustrating.
Right. I mean, we have movies that are banned there, so that's weird.
Yeah, completely. Exactly. Which is something that we're just not used to. And that's why, like, I definitely understand what the directors were saying with their movie. They're like, it's a PG-13 movie, what could possibly? But it's hard because we have to realize that to us, PG-13 to them could be R-rated or higher. Exactly.
Yeah,
like that's what gets hard. And so it's frustrating to us because we look at it, and as a country, we have come to an agreement saying that is not as big of a deal, but we forget that other people are like, nah, it's a big deal. It's a big fucking deal.
We've become desensitized.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah, our kid movies go hard.
they do go hard. Like, I look at the way that Matthias plays and the things that he watches, and like, my mom doesn't have the same problem with it as she used to have with me, because she realizes that she's like, yeah, I kind of made a big deal out of that when it wasn't a big deal.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm guilty of that with my kids.
Yeah, did
was
Kyle
like,
have to deal with
that.
with more shit than Corey did?
Yeah.
So there you have it.
And then I look at it now and it's like, geez, that was dumb. Why didn't I just let him watch it?
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. As long as you tell us now, we forgive and love you.
Oh,
So,
I was sweating.
so yeah, guys. So definitely a little bummed out about that one. But yeah, could you imagine just being a kid in another country and not getting this full movie?
Yep.
And then seeing it, like, you
Yes. Be like, I totally missed out on
know,
all
this
of
isn't the
this.
movie that I remember. So that's
Yeah,
definitely...
but at the same time, like, some kid's gonna be like, yo, I have a bootleg copy of the American version.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
That
that's
is
hot!
gonna
I got
be a
that hot
thing.
American version.
Yo, I got the
Yeah.
fucking uncensored version. Woo! Party at my
Dad, I
house
don't give a
tonight.
fuck. American
Wontons
kid
at my
movies,
house.
yeah.
Oh, it is. It's
Damn.
going to be hot. Like, there might actually be some kids that could potentially not just get in trouble with their parents, but, like, it makes you wonder, like, is somebody going to get in any legal trouble for potentially being in possession of, uncensored.
Ooh, damn. Well, I'm gonna start an eBay store and just start shipping uncensored films.
Sentenced to 10 years hard labor for having
Right.
the American version.
It's such a different culture.
They
We
try
got
to
people
extradite
going
you
to
to their
jail
country to
for
punish you.
Yeah,
We-
you
we-
do. You forget sometimes being where you are, sitting where you sit.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
I never forget my privilege.
I'm able to sit
That's right.
on my couch and stream with my friends on a video game and talk with whatever shit I want.
And
So-
not worry about the
About
door
whoever
getting
I
kicked
want.
in.
That's right. I
And
just
don't have to worry about
put a
my
little banner on
consequences.
my stream that says mature content, and then that's cool. You've been warned. So
I did my job.
I did my
I'm
part.
trying to behave.
You're doing very well.
I'm doing a
over
good
there, by
job.
the way.
Yes. So
Right, you know, when I get quiet, it's because I'm like,
Biting tongue, biting
So
tongue.
I got a random question. It's a little off topic. Did anyone watch Altered Carbon?
I am not even
No,
familiar.
not
with
even-
No.
that.
It's on my list, not yet.
Unbelievable,
No.
man.
doing
Too
the new
much.
Lost in Space.
yeah, I haven't even caught up to the new Lost in Space because of Jessica Jones. I'm not even done with Jessica Jones yet.
Yep.
Oh man, dude, Jessica
Oh.
Jones was great. I
I
can't wait to start
know.
Lost in Space.
We only have a few more.
And then Lost in Space.
When did Lost
and
in Space start?
Friday.
Okay, I
Last
was
Friday.
like,
Oh, I didn't.
It's only been out for a
What's
week.
it
Yeah.
on?
Netflix.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got it all
Yeah,
up there.
Altered Carbon was really good. And then if you have Amazon Prime Video, Electric Dreams, which is set up like Black Mirror, where every episode is its own story.
Oh, see, the Black Mirror was cool.
Yeah, so Electric Dreams is like sci-fi and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
some
it's like
really
the-
like
New Age Twilight Zone.
risque, like gets pretty. I don't know how to put it, but it's weird.
Yeah, I got tons of stuff to catch up on. Shh, don't tell Gal I haven't seen the time.
What?
Well, nothing.
Nothing.
I
So,
heard something. Don't tell Gal what?
last
tell
last
Gal
thing,
what.
last thing we're gonna talk about here before
I
we
know
get out
what
of here.
you did. You didn't watch Atomic Blonde.
Didn't watch what?
You. I tell him, dude, Atomic Blonde was a really good movie.
Oh yeah,
how
that
he
was
goes over to
And I
excellent.
told,
Chris.
oh, and you know what? Now that Chris said, oh, yeah, I bet they watch it now.
Oh my
I'm
god!
going to
Well,
Now that Chris
listen.
said-
In their defense, DJ, you've told me to watch a couple of short series, and I was like, huh?
Hey,
They must have watched everything
not
else to get
throw
to
me
this
under the
level,
bus
because this
here,
is like some really boring stuff. So either
what did I
Trish
tell
is
you to watch
forcing
that
him.
was no good?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, I can't remember
What's
the
that
name
one
of
with
the
the
series.
shits?
I tried to
The
block it out of
the
my
Shits
memory
family?
to
Oh yeah,
recover.
Shit's
Up
Creek.
Shit's Creek or some
Shit's
shit?
Yeah,
Creek.
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's it!
That's it.
I'm leaving.
I'm like, are you
leaving.
kidding me?
Goodbye.
You seriously
leaving.
told me to watch
He
this. I'm not going to
did.
get
Do
that
you
hour back of
remember?
my life.
Bye.
I'm out. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Take your bad
Oh,
television
man.
with you. Don't forget that shit here. It's gonna get
Hey.
thrown out.
Now.
So Atomic Blonde. Thank you for that movie recommendation, Chris.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna
Atomic
catch that
Blonde's
tonight.
pretty good.
Sounds
You guys
great.
all suck.
Honestly, if
Everybody
it were on Netflix, it would have been watched. I
would've,
swear to
yeah.
God.
Yeah, you still got to pay for it right now. I don't even think it's on like HBO yet.
No, it is. It went to HBO. It did.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
We rented it, so I saw it a while ago.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was.
She did a
good, yeah.
really good job on that movie. She did some really good fight scenes.
Most of her own stunts.
I
if
mean,
not all
look
of
at her. She's a specimen of a woman. I mean,
She's Aeon Flux.
She's a cyborg.
oh, what a blast from the past! Thank you for saying that. That was a fantastic movie, man.
Fun
a lot of
fact:
people have never seen it.
she I think she either broke her leg during Aeon Flux or slipped a disc.
Yeah, I thought it was her back.
Wow.
So
I thought it was something with her back.
yeah.
Because it actually
That
it had to
Eon Flux
delay
was a great
filming
movie.
until she healed to be able to like get like delayed stuff for like a good couple of months.
Yep.
God,
then
I
she had
thought
to,
the
like,
only
come
one
back in
injured
a
was that girl with
brace and-
the hand feet.
The hand feet.
Remember she landed
Oh,
on the sharp grass?
Yeah. Guys, the last one that we're going to talk about, and this one is hilarious. I don't know if you've seen it, Saturn. I know Gao saw it because I sent it to him. There was a Deadpool ad that ran this weekend during The Walking Dead, and it was hashtag The Walking Deadpool.
And it was great.
Oh man, no, I did not see that. The last one I saw was the cancer one.
So it's really funny because what they did is they basically made fun of The Walking Dead.
They did really hard.
In how they don't really give you shit. They like give you 3 minutes of content and then they make you wait for next episode. It's basically what they did during their ads. They like played 30 seconds of an ad, and then it was like to be continued, and then they showed you a recap of what happened.
Which you already watched, and then they like looped it all back around.
So it was great. It was like, it was one ad, but it was split up into like 4 with a to be continued and previously on. And so it was hilarious.
Because it was like, don't you love it when your two favorite things like merge together? Deadpool and The Walking Dead. I love it.
It was a hilarious
love
ad.
It.
So and that's another movie that's closely approaching.
So do you see how other people agree with Sugah's opinion about The Walking Dead, Gao? So much that they made it into a trailer. Wah, wah. Where's your little sound effects right now?
I love The Walking Dead.
Now I do think The Walking Dead like has its moments, but like I still think it's also ballsy to make fun of The Walking Dead. So that's why I kind of think Deadpool 2 is going to be a good movie, because if he's that confident, to do stuff like that, I think it's going to be great.
Ryan Reynolds he's the perfect choice for that part. I mean, everything they nailed it with that first one. I hope they don't ruin it with the second.
Right?
I hope they're not too ambitious with that.
My favorite trailer was the Bob Ross one. The Bob Ross.
Yeah, the Bob Ross one is so
Leave.
great. And then they turn that into like a little Funko Pop too. It's like yes.
You can watch Bob Ross on Twitch.
I didn't know Twitch. I know you can watch him on like
exists.
Netflix and stuff.
Yep.
He's got his own Twitch account now. No.
Well, they just rerun the old episodes 24/7.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but
who
it's
doesn't
like
like
his
happy
Twitch
trees?
Who done? Yeah, they need friends.
They need friends.
So, guys, I think that'll do it for this week. Just because we're definitely over our allotted time limit. So we're gonna save all the Walking Dead goodness for the next episode. Destiny just definitely took up a lot of this time. Because there's so much stuff coming out.
I'm sorry. I know I ramble sometimes.
No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. No.
Oh, you mean for a good cause? I don't call that rambling.
The rambling is charming.
Yeah.
The rambling is when Sugar makes fun of Walking Dead. We can go with that.
The rambling is when Gao makes bad movie recommendations and he just keeps going on forever.
You should know that even though I lost my girlish figure, I still have my boyish charm.
So, guys, let's do plugs before we get out of here. Let's start with you, Saturn. Plug it up.
Hi, on Facebook, Life on Saturn. All other social media such as Instagram, YouTube, etc. Life on Saturn space LOS.
There you guys go, and go ahead and check that out, because we have a. You got music coming out soon.
Yes, I'm doing 3 collaborations right now, so yeah, something will be out soon. And
definitely, Arnold vs. Cliches is all done, all out. So definitely check out those stop motions on the YouTube channel, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Gowsy, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dave Jersey, Plattsburgh, New York, and you can find me on Twitter at DJJGow.
You have Twitter?
And back issues of...
Wait a minute, whoa. You have Twitter?
He has a Twitter.
Yes, Soop made it for him.
At DJJGow.
I was going to say, who did all the legwork for this? Who made this happen?
So now I can twit whenever I want.
He can twit.
I am going to troll you, my friend. I'm sorry. I interrupted again.
Shug, where can people find you?
Hey guys, you can call me on Sugar Tits on Twitter. Hey, call me there. But just Twitter, because I mean, unless you want to bounce onto the Instagram and check out photos and stuff, but I haven't been too too busy because we haven't been doing as much traveling because, you know, we're actually here working, which is why I'm not on the show. Very awesome. But you can, call me.
But hey,
Sugah Tits on Twitter.
Chris, where can people find you?
Twitter is just my login, Chris3711. I don't know the rest of it. It's at something, Christo in a million numbers. But,
Christo!
The third coming.
So Chris3711 on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube is a little barren right now because we're actually building a media studio at my house.
Ooh.
So well, snap!
When that hits, we're gonna try to step it up a level. I'm recruiting some of my son's smart people. You know,
some of my son's smart people. Not even his friends, just smart people that he knows.
Oh yeah, they're all on the robotics team and everything. So we're gonna try to put together some big stuff coming up in the future. But the biggest thing is for people to look into Saint 14. Just log onto the Twitter, read what's going on. If you agree with the cause, or if anybody knows anybody, refer a friend. It's open to all clans, all community members. Doesn't matter. And Discord, Saint 14 project on Discord. And
there you guys go.
That's where you go to really get to know everybody. And
Sweet.
That's it.
Okay. So yeah, guys, that's Saint 14 Project. You guys follow them on Twitter at Saint 14 Project. They of course have a podcast that you guys can listen to.
I'm sorry.
It's called Hellblaze, right?
That was a bonus episode, actually, and it's really interesting.
What's the name of the podcast?
Saint 14 Project podcast. It's
Okay.
on Podbean. I know that. I think it's on Anchor and iTunes. I use Podbean, so that's how I listen to it. It's fantastic. So they do different things every week. Hellblade was a bonus episode, so everybody played through the game and then kind of related what the character was going through at different points of the game is from a mental awareness perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff.
Nice. And then, guys, also Saint 14 and Stack Up Overwatch program. They're running that charity stream on May 19th, and we'll definitely, once that thing comes closer, maybe we'll have Chris back because it's closer to the date to help remind us here. But guys, they will be starting at 11:45, and it looks like it's going to be running all day on May 19th, guys. So definitely go ahead and check them all out, guys. On Twitter, Saint 14 Project. On Twitch, Saint 14 Project. And just go ahead and check them out, guys. I'm Soopkichen. That's Soopkichen. You guys can find me, of course, here on Twitch every Tuesday morning. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That's usually how you guys can tell that I'm live or about to go live. If I'm not doing the show, I'm doing something else. And of course, you guys can catch past episodes on YouTube. Soopkichen. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. However, as you're tuning in when it's live here on Twitch or later on YouTube, we appreciate the support, guys. We'll come back next week when we're going to be talking about the Saturday invite, because people will be talking about that for Bungie. And later on that Tuesday,
cool
and then later on that Tuesday, we'll be getting the reveal stream. So definitely lots of stuff to talk about next week. Not to mention, we're going to catch up on all the Walking Dead. Seeing as it's fucking over, because last week was the last episode for the season. So we're definitely going to... I think it's going to be more Walking Dead heavy next episode. We'll try to limit everything else. But guys, again, catch you next week. And hope you guys have a fun Reset Tuesday. I know we will.
Yeah.
Bye.